Hi, Patrick here, Half Cheetah Will View, and we are here for another film review. So we are going to be heading back to Cinephobia Releasing, as our good friend Ray has sent us a movie to watch, and this is a first-time watch for me. I've reviewed over 600 films. A couple have elements into it, but this is my first movie that I have ever reviewed that is would be considered a gay movie. And that is from 2022, and we'll be talking about the Latent Image. Now, the Latent Image actually has something in common with another film that I just reviewed for Cinephobia, and that would be Brightwood, and that this was also a short film before uh, director and writer Alexander Birrell stretched it out to a full-length film. The movie was co-written by Birrell and one of the stars of the film, Joshua Tonks. This movie was filmed in the UK, and let's get into it. So this is a very interesting film, and so we meet Ben, who's played by Joshua Tonks. He is a writer, but he is suffering both through writer's block, and he's also having a little bit of issues with his boyfriend Jamie. So, but we see Ben inside there, and he's working hard. He's trying to overcome. And behind him, we see that he's got all these plot points on his next story. It looks to be more like almost like a true crime story, because he's got pictures and newspaper articles about missing people and whatnot. So he's furiously pounding the keyboards. As that's happening, we see flashbacks of Ben and Jamie. When happier times when they're together, and birthday, and Jamie gives him a typewriter, and things look good at first. But but then we come back to the modern, to today, and Ben is struggling with his writing. He's not really happy with it. He keeps on writing to a certain point, and then he's starting over. So as this is going on, he falls asleep in the chair, and when he wakes up, there is a man in his cabin. The man is called the Man. That's all we're gonna. That's what we're gonna call him. He's given no name, and he's played by Jake Clift. The man sort of looks like a younger version of Lorenzo Lamas back in the '80s. Leather jacket, long black hair, has that Lorenzo Lamas look from Renegade. Look it up. All right, so Ben and the man, we see the man he's got blood on his hands, and it's dripping. He's been hurt. So Ben wakes up, and he doesn't like panic or anything. He just says, "Well, what can I do to help you?" And so the man and Ben start talking, and they start to get to know each other a little bit. And we definitely see Ben is very much attracted to the man, and so as they start talking, initially Ben offers to drive him to town, but the weather being what it is, the man says probably wouldn't be a good idea. That would be a little dangerous. So Ben goes ahead, and he says, "Well, you can stay here." And so they continue to talk, and then next thing you know, the man is helping Ben write his story, and they basically role play scenes through the story, and it's very sexually the tension is very sexually heightened by this. Of course, Ben goes upstairs, and he's sleeping. He's also fantasizing as well. He's got Jamie on his mind, and he also is fantasizing. We don't know if Ben has just been overloaded or not into seeing the man. Is the man a manifestation of his writing or not? Like, this is his writer's block affecting him. Is he really there? Is Ben slowly just unraveling? And we don't know this initially. But as the story goes on, we start seeing other things happening here. We find out that while Ben himself is gay, that we find out the problem, or one of the problems that he had with Jamie was they hadn't come out yet. So that he was struggling with that as well. So Ben has a lot on his plate. Um, and then he's also fantasizing about the man, and then we get the movie gets jarred into reality. Is when so far Ben and the man have had a good time together. They're talking to each other, and then when the man goes upstairs to take a shower, he um, he lets loose that he's not a faggot. And of course, all of a sudden, you can hear the whole wheels of the movie stop and start to shift. Because up to that time, things had been going pretty good between the two of them. Um, Ben had brought out a 8 millimeter camera, and he had filmed the man. The man was working on his car. Ben had gotten really close to him, and it was a little bit almost like fun and games. But Ben is a little, Ben's looking for story points too, and he gets a little curious when he goes to the man's car, and he sees a cloth hanging out of the trunk, and that intrigues him. Um, but after that incident where he makes a derogatory remark, all of a sudden the tension starts ratcheting up, and it goes in the other direction, and things start to unravel. And we find out that the man is he's not a part of Ben's imagination. He's real. He's real, and he's as real as he gets. And it's the latent image starts moving down a path that is very dark and very twisted, and the perspective of the story subtly changes. We've been seeing it from Ben's point of view, but now we're starting to see it from the man's point of view. And that's all really I could get to this movie without giving anything else away. But I want to talk about some thoughts about this movie, because this movie is excellent. It's excellent. Um, I I was impressed, very impressed. I really was. The story is rich. It's very mysterious. Yeah, there's some tension there between the two leads, yeah, as it should be. Um, yeah, this is actually my first experience into what I would call, and this how I'm calling it. This is me. This is my first experience in the queer horror, and I gotta tell you, if you haven't watched the movie, or even because what straight person is, especially horror fans. I'm just calling it as I see it. I don't know how many horror fans will actually take a chance on this movie, but if you don't, you're slipping, because this is really, really taunt. This is really, really good. And if you can get past that part and just see it for what it is, a horror story told by a very good director and a pair of fine writers, um, then I would recommend it. Highly recommend it. Um, the only thing I probably would have changed on this movie, and this is going to sound really bad, but the only thing I probably would have changed or gotten a little bit more of would have been Joshua Tonks' acting. Um, it's a little bit stiff and wooden. There's not nearly enough emotion in it. Not really for what it is. He does show some emotion, but not what you think. Not what you think. And that's probably the only thing I would probably change on this was the acting, from the role of Ben. But Jay Cliff did a great job as the man. William Tippery, who played Jamie, he didn't have a large part, but it was very critical. And I really liked the direction. You could tell that they had a small budget, but they used it wisely and make it into a one location shoot. The movie looks big on the screen. It does look big on the screen. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to seeing what Birrell and Tonks come up with next. This is a really good film too, as far as special features go, because you get commentary. As a matter of fact, you get commentary with both Joshua Tonks, William Tippery, and Alexander Birrell. So you get commentary from three of the four principals in this film. There's also the short film is also included in this release, and yeah, um, I liked it. I liked it. I thought it was really cool. So thanks again, Ray. You did it again. What can I say? So far, you're 4 for 4 for me. And this is also on the spine cover. This would also be Cinephobia Releasing number 4. So I've gotten 4 films. I've loved all 4 films. Well, I'm not gonna say I would love the glass table, but it shook the hell out of me. So I guess that's a great thing. There's also previews of films on here upcoming. 2 look absolutely stunning. One's called The Trap, which looks to be either I think it's going to be either Japanese or Korean, and then there's one called The Goldsmith, and that one looks absolutely bonkers. So Cinephobia Releasing is on fire right now. If you're not aware who they are, I'll be putting all the descriptions down below, including my review of Brightwood, and so you guys could check out that film review. All right. Oh yes. Oh, by the way, I should mention this. This is part of our 31 Days of Halloween, because this movie definitely deserves to be there. So welcome to the 31 Days of Halloween. If you're new, you can check out other film reviews in the series as well. I'll be putting the link down below as well as Cinephobia's releasing website as well. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Drop in the comments below. I want to know which movie has made you uncomfortable watching it, whether it be in genre, whether it be culturally, whether it be anything that's made you feel like, okay, so I'm a little bit leery about going down that path. I just never got a chance to. This is the first movie that's ever come across my straight out aim for a gay audience. And yeah, so hopefully I did well with this. If I didn't, please let me know down in the comments too. I'm looking to improve, and like I said, this is the first one for me, so drop a comment down below. Let me know how I did. If I sucked, let me know. If I did all right, let me know. Appreciate it. And we'll see you for the next movie in the 31 Days of Halloween, which will be Breakup Mountain. All right, we'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.